it looks like there's like a little trap door right at the base that you kind of have to push open and then crawl through the bottom. So I'll fall and die. So I'm not gonna do that. Good morning. Still at Hexacuba Shelter. I decided to camp last night. You know, my sight was actually awful. It was just tilted a little bit. And I think one of my pegs came up, so that's why the tent looks awful. But yeah, this tent came undone. But when it was pitched, it was just like a little bit crooked on the inside. Just tilted a little. And yeah, I didn't get the best night's sleep, so I guess I woke up at like 7:30, 7:45, which is pretty late. Everyone's gone already. I have a mess here, and it is a four oatmeal kind of morning. I'm hungry. Plan is to pack up all this crap and get on trail, and again, just get as close as I can to Hanover. So, no goal for how far I should really go today. My guess is somewhere from 15 to 20 miles. So here's one last look at Hexacuba Shelter. It is really cool. I probably should have slept in there last night. Maybe would have gotten some better sleep. Yeah. And in the last video you can see the privy. But yeah, pretty cool shelter. So I'm gonna hit the trail now. Alright, this is a pretty good idea of my day. I'm gonna come down from this Mount Cube area, probably down into that valley, and climb Mount Smart, which is up there. And then just kind of go along that ridge line. It's, depending on where I go, it'll definitely be 4,000 or 5,000 feet of elevation gain and loss. I'm guessing most of it is going to come on Mount Smart within the next few miles. It's also another humid day, I can just tell. This heat, like, I feel like I've been stuck in like a 3-week heat wave here. It's gonna be in the 90s again. No rain, just humid. So that's honestly, I think, been the toughest thing the past few days. It's just battling the heat. Like, I wanna just can't do what you want to do because you get tired way quicker. There's no water because it's all dried up. I mean, you can find water, but a lot of the sources are dried up. Yeah, it just needs to rain here. They're in a huge drought, and the humidity just is super tough to hike in. Alright, so I'm at Mount Smart. Here's a little shelter cabin that I just had some lunch at. Similar to Old Spec, there is a fire tower, which I will show it to you, but I already went over there, and I know that I'm not climbing up, so I am sorry. You're not going to get the views, but I just can't do it. I'm still super hot, humid, sweaty. I'm drenched. My shirt is completely drenched all the way through. There's also no water for 8 miles. So I had to really drink at the last one and pack up as much as I could. I hate to keep going on about the heat because there's nothing I can really do about it, but even last night I slept without a sleeping bag. And I was still sweating. So if that's anything, I was camping at like 2,000 feet elevation in New Hampshire, and I did not need a sleeping bag. I just slept on top of my pad, and I was still sweating and kind of uncomfortable. Okay, here's the fire tower, Mount Smart. I I mean, it has the handrails, but I went up the first one to right there and looked down, and I was like, there's no way I can do like 2, 3 more of those. And then it looks like there's like a little trap door right at the base that you kind of have to push open and then crawl through the bottom. So I can't do it. I'll fall and die. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna push onward and head down Mount Smart, which looks pretty steep. So just a update on the shoes. This is a downhill on some rocks, and this is like where I really can feel that these shoes are much better than my last ones. When I'm like really digging in, and they have pretty good grip, yeah, my toes are not touching the front. So I'm like really trying to touch the front of the shoe, and I can't. So I think I mentioned it before, but if you're looking for shoes for a thru hike, probably at least half size to a full size up, and make sure you do that test where you're going downhill to see if your feet are scrunching or touching. Yeah, I wish I did that 400 something miles ago, but I made it through, and didn't destroy my feet, and it's all good. So I definitely learned. So thankfully I can get some more water here. I just drank like a full liter and a half. Sorry, car just flew by. Just drank like a full liter and a half and filled up 2 more liters. Still have about 8 miles to the one shelter I wanted to get to, and there's a bunch of questionable water there too. Looks like one more reliable stream that I can use, so we'll see. But yeah, today has really not been good for heat or water. So one thing I will do, just because I'm cold soaking, the next reliable water, I'm just going to do my dinner in. I only have a day and a half of food because I should be in Hanover tomorrow. So yeah, I don't mind carrying the extra water weight. So I'm just going to fill my cold soak jar and make my dinner, so that I don't have to use the water for the night when I get to camp. Okay, so let's see. Apparently there's this guy, Bill Ackerley. It looks like ice cream and water. This way? Up here? Okay, I'll check it out. Update. I have this fudge bar. So this guy just has ice cream and water and place to throw away trash, and yeah, it's just, it always hits at the right moment. These people are so kind, and they probably know the water around here is bad, and just welcoming people to the front of their house for ice cream and water on a hot day is, that's what you need to push through and get to the next spot. So huge thank you to them. So I just got another trail magic. That's bad. Second trail magic in 2 days. I think people around here know that it's brutal. This very sweet guy, Chuck, who's retired and lives up here, was kind of right at the base of this Moose Mountain trailhead. And yeah, I don't know the road, but it's the one going southbound where there's only 3 miles left to the summit or 3 miles to the Moose Mountain shelter. But he was parked there with huge caches of water, like 5-gallon jugs, and filling everybody's water because everyone needed it. He also had a chest of ice cold Coke, so I had a nice Coke and got to talk with Chuck for a good half hour. Yeah, so man, I just love that aspect of the trail, that some people have such a strong connection to it that they're not hiking it, but they know people in these certain spots need help or need just like a little bit of assistance in these really odd areas. Like, these are nondescript trailheads, so it's just so cool that they're there, they know we're here, and they bring exactly what you need. So man, one day when I'm off, finished with this hike, I think I'll definitely have to do that. It's just such a good way to stay connected and keep giving back. And I'm honestly so thankful for it too. Like, I needed it. so yeah, great trail magic. All right, so I'm just under a mile from the Moose Mountain Shelter. Overall, today's been a 17.5 mile day with around 5,000 feet of elevation gain and 4,000-ish of descent, which is still a good amount. So I think the elevation here, it's more gradual than some of the other peaks in the Way Mountains. Obviously the actual summits here are much shorter, but it's still hard. So you can tell from that elevation profile of today, there's still a lot of hard work here, and you can tell from my dark shirt that it is like very much still humid here, so that makes it even tougher. So I've already been pre-soaking my Spanish rice for tonight, and I'm gonna have Spam as well, and I think I still have some candy, so I'll do that for dessert, and then headed to town tomorrow. So if I don't get time at the shelter, thanks for watching, and tomorrow will be a few miles into Hanover, and I plan to spend most of the day in Hanover and see Dartmouth and yeah, all that fun stuff.